and anyone who wants is welcome to come on with us into the Zoom meeting and just share with us as we go into the private session after the teaching. We're going to be learning some tonight about Archangel Gabriel. And then after we have the discussion and the meditation, we'll just skip over into the private room and offline where we can hold that discussion. And welcome to everyone that has come in here with us. And I want to welcome my co-host, Christina Leftwich, who is going to give us some wonderful information about Gabriel. Hello, Christina.
Hello, and welcome everyone.
Okay, I'm losing my stones here. So they'll quit trying to run away. So what we're going to do at this point is I'm going to mute all of you if you're not already muted. And then when we get to the discussion part, you can just come in with us and talk. Hello, I see beautiful faces coming in with us. And I just want you to know Archangel Gabriel is one of my favorite archangels. Gabriel has been so near and dear to my heart and has taught me so much because that's what Gabriel does. Teaches, explains, and clarifies. So I'm going to let Christina share with us what she wants to tell us about beautiful Archangel Gabriel. And I know we're going to have a wonderful discussion after that. So welcome, everybody. Just enjoy. And if you have questions, you can write them into the comment section and we'll see those questions. Or if you're on the Zoom with us, there's a chat function and you can put it in there. All right, so Christina, I'm going to turn it over to you, my dear.
All righty. So Archangel Gabriel, as with our angels, the suffix of El is of God. In this case, Gabriel is strength of God, or could be translated into God is my strength. He is the angel of communication and expression, especially creative arts expression of any kind. He's known as the messenger angel, the angel of revelation, and sometimes even known as the angel of the sea. He's of the fourth energy ray, which is also the white color energy ray. His cardinal point of direction would be to our west, and his element is water. The celestial body that's most known with Gabriel is the moon, and some signs that he's related to astrologically would be Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, which makes sense because they are the water signs of the chart. Now, some good gemstones or crystals to work with Archangel Gabriel with would be moonstone, clear quartz, selenite, another clear whitish in color stone called howlite, also citrine. Now, citrine's kind of got a golden glow to it. And sometimes, yes, there we go. And it's those flakes and sparkles of that metallic-y, coppery, almost, shall I say, glow in that rock that makes it associated with Gabriel. He's also associated with the aquamarine, which is also known as the stone of the sea. So that kind of makes sense a little bit that perhaps the angel known as the angel of the sea might have a corresponding stone that would be the stone of the sea. The day of the week where his energy is considered high is Mondays. He is associated with the sacral chakra, but in my research, I found mention of him often actually with both the crown chakras and the throat chakra, which I think we'll see why as we kind of talk about some of the things that he helps us with. So in Christianity, biblically, Gabriel is mentioned more than once in the Bible and is often depicted in our art forms, shown with a copper trumpet. Now, he uses this to announce something. He's kind of like the back when there was only newspapers and we didn't have electricity, and they'd have someone with the newspapers, or the town caller who would be saying, "Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye." Well, Archangel Archangel Gabriel is kind of like that with his copper hammer or copper trumpet. Now, in some more with him and stories associated with him, again, going back to the Bible, Gabriel came to Mary to bring her the very important message from God that she was pregnant with Jesus. The Ave Maria prayer, also known as the Hail Mary, some of you may be familiar with the Hail Mary or Ave Maria. This prayer actually begins with the words Gabriel had spoken to her. "Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus." So that was just something I honestly didn't know that Gabriel was associated with those words until I did some research for this. Gabriel also appeared to Zechariah to tell him that his wife Elizabeth would be also having a son who would be later known as John the Baptist. Gabriel is also known as the Christmas angel, as the wise men were led by Gabriel to Bethlehem for Jesus's birth. Gabriel is also mentioned or referenced in some way in Kabbalah and also in some Hindu and Islamic traditions. So let's talk a little bit about clarity and communication. Gabriel helps us to clear away confusion, and that in turn helps us to make very clear decisions in our life, in our work, and also to be confident in those decisions that we are making. He not only helps you with making a decision, but also guides us in what steps we can make to actually improve our situation. And those are, a lot of times he will deliver very clear, concise steps for you. Gabriel helps us to find our own divine voice and truth, and the ability to express it with inspiration and confidence and trust in our own truth. This angel helps us in all forms of communication. Again, whether it's with coworkers or friends and family, as well as with the divine. When we're trying to get in spiritual messages, and we're just, sometimes we feel like we're hazy, foggy. I've heard the name or the word foggy when people have tried to work spiritually or meditate. Archangel Gabriel can provide that clarity to clear out and get the messages that you are supposed to be bringing in. And not only clear these communications, but clear it and make them effective for you without any misunderstandings. Gabriel helps in all formats of communication, whether spoken. There's many stories of writers asking Archangel Gabriel to help with their writing. He really enjoys being a wordsmith and helping fellow wordsmiths. But it doesn't just end there. It's anything within the artistic expression. So that can be in the form of literally artwork, sculpture. Anyway, if you're trying to actually express your truth, he will show you a creative and inspired way to do so, or he can help you with that. So he's considered the patron saint of everyone that's involved with communication. So if you're in TV, if you're doing marketing, even if you're in journalism, writing poetry, anything on the internet, because really the internet has an awful lot of form of communication. So he's involved with all aspects of communication in our lives. As we saw with Gabriel earlier, with Mary and Elizabeth's pregnancies, Gabriel is also associated with pregnancy and motherhood. I can tell you from personal experience with Gabriel, he shows up with Mother Mary quite often. And I don't know if Teri's had that experience with him, but and I say him, when in all honesty, I know that angels are non-gender. They have no gender. And in all honesty, I think because of the whole pregnancy and motherhood, for me, Gabriel actually often comes in the form of a very female feeling energy. And I think it's because of this tie to all the pregnancy aspects. Gabriel is often seen working not only through pregnancies, but things like adoption and fertility issues. Um, he can also work with people that are in the field professionally. So think about your OBGYNs, your labor and delivery nurses, your birthing and nursing doulas. There's just a lot that could encompass. Gabriel also works very closely with children, especially the younger children, as well as working with those that work with them in their professional field as well, or just as a parent. So definitely, if you're having parenting issues, relationships with communicating with your teenager, Gabriel may be able to help. But you know, those teenagers, he can only do so much too, you know, with helping with some of these issues. Um, uh, but you can also think of things like people who work in a preschool setting or in a school setting of any kind that teaches children. So think of the special ed teachers, choir teachers, any of the performing arts teachers. Oh my goodness, to use their creative expression to teach children and to actually be working with them on that level to expand their creativity. What a gem to be able to work with Gabriel for that. But we also need to think too of our own inner child. And Gabriel can often help in our own work and the nurturing of ourselves, especially when it comes to our own inner child. And I think too, to remember that we are indeed divine children of God ourselves, no matter how old we are or how young we are. We are all children of the divine. Now, some signs that Gabriel may be working with you or near you, trying to communicate. Oftentimes, he can appear as a very silvery white color, with shimmering whitish lights. To me, they're very reminiscent of like moonlight color, the color of moonlight, and the moon is that silver white. It's just beautiful. If you're seeing trumpets or trumpet shapes, like there's trumpet shaped flowers or trumpets on a print on a shirt or something, and you're seeing those things, he may be trying to give you signals that way. Also, hearing music that might be heavy on the trumpet. Let's face it, if you're hearing trumpets, you may be hearing Gabriel trying to get in touch with you. The name Gabriel or any variation of it may keep appearing in your life. So Gabe, Gabby. While I was doing some of this research and pulling it together, I was thinking of Gabby. our Gabby here. Um, Visions and meditations or dreams, that might come in the form of a trumpet or anything that may indicate an art. So let's say you have a vision or a dream involving pens or a quill or paper, notebook, typewriter, keyboard. You're typing away on a keyboard. You're making phone calls. Maybe somebody keeps talking on a loudspeaker or a microphone. Those might be some indications that Gabriel's trying to send you a message and to listen. So oftentimes people, especially with dream work, because he does love to communicate during dreams, it's you could keep a journal right next to your bed to jot down those thoughts when you first wake up. If anything has come through, just go ahead and write that down as soon as you wake up before it disappears. So some ways we can work with Archangel Gabriel. Now, we just happen to be having a full moon tomorrow. Now, because Gabriel is associated with the moon, you can actually work with her anytime you want to through any of the moon cycles. But I figured I would just kind of go through some ways you could work with Gabriel specifically. So during a waxing moon, which means the moon is growing bigger, it's a good time to ask for guidance in a way forward if you feel stuck. You may want to ask for help with furthering or completing a project. That would be a good time with the growing moon. And during a waning moon, which is when it's getting smaller, this is a good time for having Gabriel help you to release things that are no longer serving your higher good, especially those things that are preventing us from expressing ourselves in our divine truth and voice, or in some ways holding us back from our creative nature. That would be a great time to have him help you release that stuff that's just not serving. And the full moon, which will be upon us tomorrow, is a wonderful time for asking for third eye enhancement, and specifically for clarity and insight with your intuitive side. And a good way that you could do that is just visioning that silvery white moonlight coming right down into your third eye, and just allow that to just go through your entire body, coming through your third eye, and just allow that color to work with your body in whatever way it's going to. So and then we also have some affirmations. These are just some affirmations, ideas, and it's always a good idea to make your own affirmation up, but just to put some out there. Something like, I am focused, clear, and present in this moment. I am a unique individual of the divine. I communicate with others effectively, confidently, and with ease. So these are just some ways, some ideas, so that if you wanted to take this and work with him further, maybe this will give you some inspiration with ways that you could work with him. And Teri is going to lead us in a wonderful meditation right now to help us as well with connecting with Archangel Gabriel.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Christina. That was awesome. The only thing that I want to add to what Christina said, because I was just like, wow, this is great. This is exactly what I feel when I work with Gabriel. I feel that connection so strongly. Gabriel will be the one encouraging you to write down your thoughts. So if you get that urge, like, I want to express myself more, but I'm not really good at writing. I'm not good at journaling. I hear so many people say that. Like, I'm not a journaler, or I'm not a writer. It doesn't matter. just get that thought out of your head that you're doing it, for a writing thing. You're doing it to express yourself. And that's what Gabriel's forte is. It's helping you to clarify what your thoughts are, to bring them into focus. And when you start writing, it's not you that's doing the writing. It's that inspirational thought that Gabriel is bringing through. I channel Archangel Gabriel a lot. And when he talks, he or she, like Christina said, there is no gender, but the angel is going to appear to us however they want us to resonate with them at that moment. But when Gabriel talks, there's a lot of talking, there's a lot of channeling. And so just as a reminder, this week is a week of Angel Circle on Thursday afternoon, 5 o'clock Eastern Time. We'll be doing Angel Circle, and we'll see if it's Gabriel that wants to come front and center and bring us a message, or if it's just a collective of the angels, whatever comes through. But I want to acknowledge the people that have been with us online, listening to us. And Angel Renata says, oh my gosh, I needed this information. I need it with my daughter. I work with kids. And just very grateful for the information that came out. Julie Kiss said great information and thank you. We've had a lot of people that just came in and said hi, and Isabel is with us, Hope is with us, Melanie. Thank you all for being here. Carol Ann, so good to see all of you on here. And I am going to take us into the meditation part, so I want you to get comfortable. I want you to also, as we go into this meditation, you're going to be spending a few moments with Gabriel. So if you want to write it down, any thoughts afterward that came through from Gabriel, you can write it in, type it into the comments, or you can have a pen and paper beside of you so that if there's anything that comes through that you want to remember, and it may not even make sense at the time that it comes through. This is what I really want to share with you.
I was going to say, I'd just like to add that there are people that do intuitive writing where they channel or channeled writings. And so sometimes I've seen that technique used as well with Archangel Gabriel, where you just set aside some time where it's quiet and you can focus and meditate, and you literally just write down whatever comes to your mind without thinking about it. Don't analyze it at all until after it's all done. But I'd also like to say, as somebody who has always struggled with writing in a journal, a secret, not a secret, was shared to me by Gabriel, which was, who said you had to put it in words? And for whatever reason, that cleared me. Once I thought, well, maybe it's a depiction of a tree or a leaf that I saw, or so don't feel like it has to be words. Like I said, it's any creative art. So it could be a poem, it could be a song, it could be anything in the art. So I just hope that helps free someone else who might have my own, like, well, what do I write about? What do I write? Well, he just kind of said, no, why does it have to be words? It can be anything. So
absolutely. Thank you so much for bringing that out, because a lot of times when I channel messages from the angels, they show me images. They don't show me words right away. It's like I'm looking at something that I'm familiar with, this object, and then they expand on what that means. So a lot of times the angel messages do come through that way for other people too. I'm not unique in that. So if you're in that meditation that I'm going to guide you into, and all of a sudden there's a flash of something, either the image of it or the thought of it or remembrance of something, just pay attention to that and don't think, oh, it has to be a sentence or it has to be a specific message. That is the message. And I know that Gabriel also works with people who do vision boarding. So if you find yourself pulling out different words or different pictures of things that you're going to put on your vision board, or I do vision cards, where I have one card with a theme, Gabriel's the one guiding that. because that's bringing in clarity for you to focus on. So Gabriel can work in a multitude of ways. It's not just through words, it's also through the images, through the impressions, through other people, through names, numbers, whatever it might be. He or she is guiding that image or that word. So let's go into our meditation. Let's take a moment to really focus in our energy, and we focus on the breath. Just take that breath in. Just envision that it is like what Christina was describing, that beautiful silvery white color, and see it coming from up above you, bringing it in with your breath to your heart center. I like touching my heart center because that brings my focus right in there. And then when you think of your breath, just the act of breathing, you're going to let everything else just take a back seat. Everything is just going to float by as you're focused on your breathing, focused on staying present right here, right now, not 10 minutes from now or later on tonight, or what happened during your day. You're going to focus on this very moment and on the breath that you're taking in. And with each time that you breathe out, just feel more tension flowing away from you as you just start to relax your body. Take a breath in and just let your shoulders drop down as you relax, letting go of that tension so it can just fall off of your shoulders. And then I want you to focus and become aware of the bottom of your feet and see that same silvery white cord that I mentioned. See it traveling all down the length of your body and coming out the bottom of your feet. And as it does so, see it going down into the earth, flowing through the floor that's beneath you or the ground, and going into the earth right to the core, to the center of Gaia. And in the center of Gaia, Mother Earth holds a clear quartz crystal. So watch that silvery thread go to that quartz crystal. See it wrap around it. This is securely anchoring you to the earth energy. It's bringing you forward to a calmness, to a centering and balanced energy in this present moment. Just spend a moment there in the energy of the quartz. The quartz is healing, it's connecting, it's clearing the energy around you. And now let your awareness come back up through that grounding cord. The cord is staying with the crystal, but your awareness is coming back up to your physical body, allowing that energy now to flow up through your knees, through your legs, through your pelvis, your abdominals, your chest, your shoulders, and down your arms, feeling the energy of it. And now feel it rising back up to your throat, to your neck, through your head, and around your third eye in the forehead area. And now allow this energy to go through your crown chakra at the top of your head. And as it does so, it's going upward to your soul star chakra. And you're going to connect in with this silvery white energy to your higher self. Invite now the energy of the angels and the archangels as you are grounded from Mother Gaia up to your soul star. We're going to ask the angels to come forward. We're going to invoke the energy first of Archangel Michael, asking Michael to hold a sacred space for you to really connect in with Archangel Gabriel, who is our main angel who's going to work with us tonight. Michael creates a safe environment for you to do this. Just know that you're safe to hand over any burdens to him, anything that's creating a barrier of you really relaxing into the energy and connecting in with the angels. Now become aware of your energy field. Just see it growing larger and larger right now, that expansion going outward. Feel your heart center growing larger and larger because you're connecting to the energy of pure love. That's what these angels are. That's what they represent. That love is coming from the angelic realm and from source energy, which I choose to call God. You can call it whatever you want. But as you watch your energy center expand, look right in front of you and see two white pillars of light. This is a gateway that you just created. And through this gateway, your angels and your spirit guides now flow into your energy field. They're coming closer, so you may start feeling the shift in the energy as they flow through this gateway. And know that since you provided the gateway, you gave permission for your spirit guides, your guardian angels, any of the angels and guides of love and light to work with you. Now watch as these healing guides and angels surround you. And as they do so, it may get a little warmer because their presence is very warm, but they're here to support you, to guide you, to nourish your soul. And now, through this gateway, allow the energy of Archangel Gabriel to enter into your space. Archangel Gabriel would like to connect and communicate with you now. This is the angel of communication. This is the angel of clarity. Whatever it is that's needed to be brought forth, to be illuminated, to be shown, this is the time for that. This is the time to ask your questions. This is just the time to just say, Gabriel, this is what my heart just really wants to know right now. This is what I need to understand more fully in my life. Maybe there's an issue going on or a problem in your life that you're struggling with. You can ask for clarity right now from Gabriel. Know that you are totally surrounded by love. You're surrounded by your angels and your guides. You have a white light of protection from Michael. So as you sit, just opening your heart and your mind, ask your question to Gabriel. Feel the energy as he places the hands of light upon you. Feel the energy flow through your hands and see, feel, or know that Gabriel is right there with you, flowing energy into your being. Feel that energy traveling up your arms and across your shoulders. And now watch this light as it illuminates whatever is inside of you, whatever is in your heart that you're holding on to. Let Gabriel answer your questions. It's time now to ask your question to Gabriel, being fully present, being fully open to allow what's going to come through. Let's give time right now, time and space, to hear the guidance of Archangel Gabriel. We're just going to pause and listen at this moment. When you are ready, give thanks to Archangel Gabriel for any messages, for any images, any blessings that came through intuitively. Don't worry if you didn't see or feel or hear anything. Your subconscious was communicating with Gabriel. You might want to write it down. Maybe it was an image. Maybe you just needed to draw out what that image was on a piece of paper, or just hold it in your heart. But even if you didn't understand the message, just give it time. Give that message time to flow through, and there may be a moment of clarity as you relax later on, and Gabriel will explain more of what that message was. But right now, just feel into the peace of this moment that we just had together, just us and the angels, and know that Archangel Gabriel wants the very best for you. He wants you to understand. He wants you to have the clarity and the knowledge that you're asking for. If you ask a question, that question will be answered. Have faith in that. That maybe it didn't come through in this very moment that we were sitting here, but it will flow through to you. So now let's say goodbye to Archangel Gabriel as he returns to that gateway that you opened up, those two pillars of life. And the energy begins to fade. And those angels and guides that came through the gateway, we can just allow them to flow back through that energy field and know that they can come back at any time. Anytime you ask them to, just pull through the white light with your breath, build those pillars, those gateways, and know that they will come through for you. Now take a deep breath in becoming aware again of those grounding cords that were taking you down into Mother Earth. Focus on the color red. To see a red grounding energy and release those cords. Feel the earth beneath your feet as you become more aware of your physical body, as you become more aware of your presence right here, right now in this room. And just come back to the room with the rest of us when you're ready. Just take your time. But let's remember to give gratitude to the angels, gratitude to the guides. And I want to give gratitude to each one of you who showed up today. Thank you for showing up for you. And thank you to Christina. Christina, you did an absolutely amazing job. Thank you for being here and for sharing with us the things that you've learned about Gabriel, and that we all just can find a closer connection with him through what you've shared. So thank you, my dear. And we are going to go off the air. I want to thank everybody who's with us, and I see lots of gratitude coming from them as well. And we're going to come together, stay together here on Zoom, but we're going to open up our energies and share what we got from the meditation and anything else, any questions that might have come up for you about Gabriel or about your guides or your guardian angels. And we'll just have a great discussion. Anybody that's not with us on Zoom, but you're out there virtually, you can find the link in Enlightened World Network and also in Angelic River Family. And just hop on in. We'll be here for a few more minutes with a discussion. Thank you for being here. We come together every Monday to do this, and we really appreciate the energy that you brought forth to this time together. Thank you all, and we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.